Hello and welcome. This is a general reading for fire signs for this eclipse season as we're nearing the end of 2020, and what a year it's been. So thank you for joining me here at the Lightroom forecast. So beautiful, passionate. Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. Let's shuffle up the cards. We're doing a simple past, present, future and potential outcomes reading. So just 4 positions, but we will clarify and peel back the layer. So let's see in the past, the beautiful, vital fire signs. Of course, we've all got these elements within us. Wow. We've all got these elements, a collection of elements within each and every one of us. For the lovely fire signs here, past, we get the Fool. This newness, this new cycle seems to be a theme at the moment, which is understandable, be it the ending of a year and soon to be the beginning of another. The beautiful green, fresh green of the Fool, unencumbered. So we see the Fool in a past position. Maybe you have been on a journey this year, unencumbered by certainly weight from the past. What's the present? What's our present position? Card for the present position. I like to let the cards jump. A card for the present is the Three of Swords. This is the understanding of sorrow, of dealing with sorrow, obviously. So we see the summation of hurt, of difficulty. You know, it's not necessarily a present situation. It can be something from the past, a remembering of those things that have hurt you in the past. And it takes time. It takes time. I kind of got the sense from the beginning when we start with the Fool that maybe you felt that you were completely unburdened, completely unlimited, and had set out on a new journey, on a new cycle, new projects, new beginnings, and something painful and difficult has happened along the way. For the near future, we get the Sun. We get the Sun. How much better can it get? And I think fire signs understand the idea that sorrow, just like anything, is not a constant. it moves, it leaves us. All these states are very fleeting states, whatever they happen to be. So in the past, we see an unencumbered spirit. We see an understanding at the present moment of what sorrow entails for someone. I always think of the Three of Swords as it's a very, to me, it's a very detailed understanding of sorrow. It's almost as if you're not necessarily feeling the pain, but you certainly remember pain and what it feels like. But in the near future, let's put a sunny spin on it, because we've got the sun shining, the golden child. The golden child. This is such a beautiful card, this conch shell, reverberating light, balance and beauty and harmony. Balance. We see the sun shines again. We're not stuck. We're not stuck in the three. Because all the threes are about understanding, as I said before, understanding the intellectual machinations of what sorrow is. It's as if there's a removal, an element of removal, emotionally, that is. So we have past, present, future. The sun is shining. Potential outcomes for the beautiful fire signs, please. Potential outcomes at the current time. We have the Seven of Cups, which is about having many, many options. This seems to be coming up a little bit today in readings. The Seven of Cups, traditionally Rose of Cups, with many ideas, imaginings, desires, because sevens are all about desire. Imaginings and having a vast array of options is a wonderful thing. The guidance with this, though, is that we don't get carried away by fantasy, and simply remaining grounded is a wonderful thing. This seems to be the idea of grounding is really important at this current juncture, I feel, because there will be a lot of information flying around with this lunar eclipse in Gemini on the 30th. So we're going to go through past, present. It's never nice to receive the Three of Swords in the present after we've been. It's almost as if a bird takes off in full flight and then realizes I don't know why I just thought this, but realizes they left their handbag at home. Damn it. I don't know why that just popped into my head, but it did. We're in full flight. It's the Three of Swords here is just a little blip. In our timeline, it's just a wee beep, blip. Let's clarify, just to peel the layer back. Clarify these cards. Over time, we will be doing a variety of different spreads, but at the moment, we're just sticking to this. So thank you for connecting on this channel. Let's peel the layer back for the full. The beautiful full. Unencumbered. This is about transformation. We get two cards coming out. Transformation and the Two of Swords. So we understand a decision. A decision is being made here. Death is a wonderful card. Transformation. New beginnings. If you set out this year with the goal of new beginnings, and there was this blip along the way, don't be discouraged. It is just that, it's a blip. The directive here is there is a choice, and it's a choice that's made by listening to your intuitive voice. What's left for you to cut off? Is there anything that is superfluous for you at the moment? We see the sun coming in. I think you know that. I think you know what your choice will be based on your own internal guidance. What was this? Three of Swords about here? Please, just one card. The Three of Swords. Three of Swords. It's a hard taskmaster. Three of Swords, please. Okay. Somewhere this has been, I'm talking about a scenario here in this present moment. To all intents and purposes, you understand it as the Three of Swords. It's sorrow, of course. But when we peel it back to just look underneath, it's a blessing. Whatever situation you're in at the moment, and that maybe you are feeling in a Three of Swords kind of way, you know it's so fleeting. We get the sun. Somehow, the sorrow, understanding the sorrow intellectually, allows you to fully appreciate this beauty, this newness with the sun. We see dark, we see light. And speaking of lunar eclipses, you know, I do think whether it's information, which I think it will be, being in Gemini, but illumination occurs. Things are seen beyond the sorrow, beyond what we see as being sorrowful. We find the situation, whatever it is, illuminated, and we see the beauty, it's almost as if this is, I just get a feeling for fire signs, for you beautiful, vital sparks. To me, it feels as if it's come into your world from somewhere else. It's not necessarily something that you've experienced at this time. It's coming in from somewhere else. I feel that. So let's clarify this beautiful sun in the near future. Hang on here. We just want one card. Can we clarify the sun, please? Near future. We've had a chance to have elements of our own light revealed to us because we've chosen. We've chosen to go inward. We see the sun as a sort of reflection, really. We see ourselves like a mirror because we've made that journey inward in order to be able to deal with dark and light. This seems very much about that, this reading. We understand because we've gone in really to the darkness with our own source of light. If this doesn't tell you that you can handle anything and any situation, I don't know what will. Because you can. You've experienced this. It's very, again, dualistic. You know, we've got major players here with the sun, with transformative death and the Fool. It's quite beautiful. You understand. You have you've had a new lesson, and you've willingly taken it on and understood it. It's wonderful. It really is. So we'll just clarify the Seven of Cups for the lovely fire signs. I always think of the Queen of Wands when I think of fire signs. Just one card, please. Oh my goodness. Here we go round the mulberry bush. So we find the reading bookended with the Fool. So many options. So many options for setting off again. Like I said before, there was a blip somewhere over this time, currently or during this year, that prevented your movement or made you appreciate what is around you. There was some, I get, unfinished business of sorts, but again, a lesson learnt. And here you go, fresh and new, unencumbered again. There was just a blip in the timeline, it seems, with this reading. Beautiful, really beautiful fire signs. Because if this life is not about learning lessons, what is it about? That's why we're here, isn't it? I'm just going to pull one last card from my own deck, the Journey Map It's a deck of 44 oracle cards. It's like a mind map. A psycho-spiritual, physical map. Wow. I'm not going to be sneaky and change the cards. So eruption came. This is eruption. Now this is a beautiful card. Eruption is sort of similar, I suppose, to the Tower, which another card I love. They're both quite organic. Eruption. The directive with this card is that with any explosion, destruction, breaking down, with any blip, of difficulty in your timeline, the directive with eruption is that there is such precise beauty that comes out of this movement, this terrifying collapse and explosion. And what is it? If we could put this beauty in a material form, you just need to look at obsidian, this clear, mirrored glass, in effect, that is a result from an eruption. When that lava plunges itself, pours itself into the ocean, and with that cooling, there's a sort of salve in terms of that salt, that sea water, and so you get this beautiful clear cut glass. It's a jewel. It sums up this reading, I think, in that during this year, this moment, whatever it is, there was a blip and a lesson to be learnt, and how fabulous that the sparking fire signs have basically sort of, I just see someone who's completely, everything just bounces off and they're moving ahead no matter what. Fabulous. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next time. Take care.